Hi, I'm Jackie Tomlin,
And I'm Ellie Lieberman.
and this is When
When
Spirit
Spirit Speaks.
Speaks.
Or I don't know, maybe it's going to be our thing that we never do that right. Maybe it's going to
But they
be
love that. They love that. I mean,
yeah, that it's
our
not
listeners
canned.
love it, so let's not change it. I mean,
I love that. For everyone here, first of all, hello. We don't, this is unedited. So we don't can this. This isn't anything that is edited or
it's
cut
not
or
even
anything.
scripted.
It's not scripted or anything. So we are just being ourselves and being our most authentic self at all times here. We are recording the podcast. So our
Well,
timing is
and what I like is that each show leads us to the next show. It leads us to the
yes,
next topic. And today's topic is going to be um,
vision boards, right?
vision boards, how to make them. I mean, it's that time of year. It's middle
Yes.
of December, and it's that time of year. And it's for me. This is the time I make my vision boards. You can make a vision board. I don't care when you hear this podcast. If it's in June, make your vision board.
True.
But we want to talk about today about how to make a vision board, or what it means to you and how to make one.
Absolutely.
And we have a caller coming in today.
Yes, we do. I'm
Okay.
excited. I already channeled some messages prior, so I think it'll be interesting to see what comes out. So a vision board. If you go back into our series, we do talk about vision boards there in the beginning. I believe it was like the first or second episode. Can't remember,
Yes.
but it was the first. I think it was the first episode. And really, the key to vision boards is intentions and knowing exactly what you want and having clarity about what you want. But if you don't know what a vision board is, you really don't even know how to get there. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Now, you can use, I tell everybody go to the Dollar Tree and grab yourself a piece of poster board. You don't even have to
That's
do
what I
that.
did.
You can use a piece of paper, a piece of
Yes.
paper. You can use a box. Come on now. Everybody got an Amazon box somewhere around the house, piece of cardboard.
Yes.
You can use anything like that. And where do you get your information? Well, magazines, print out
Yes.
on the computer. Um,
There are, believe it or not, actual vision board packs that you can purchase if you want to for under $10, sometimes $20 on Amazon.
wow.
Yeah, there are now, it has become such a thing. They have all kinds of stuff in there. I personally don't know if I want a prepackaged group of stuff. It depends on how into it you get. And if
Right.
you have a specific topic, like I want a vision board for um, conceiving. I want
Right.
baby conceiving. That would be something where I think maybe I would go onto an online platform and say vision board materials for conceiving.
Okay, now,
But
but that's
does
a
that make
good
sense?
thing. What are the materials? What are the
The
materials?
material, so they
Right, so
come
let's
with,
use the baby. Let's use the baby.
let's
We
use the
want to
babies.
manifest the baby.
Okay, perfect. So you have your poster board or something to glue things onto,
Uh-huh.
stickers
Yes.
that have sayings, pictures, or images. I am a glitter person for decorations, so I
So
always do
blue or
glitter.
pink glitter would be important.
Correct. And or if I wanted a boy, it would be blue. So I would set the intention. Let's say I had all girls and I
Right,
wanted a baby boy.
right,
That's what I want. That was in my vision. I would do a blue board, blue everything, blue all of that. And then the words that I would use. So if you could imagine like an old school ransom note where they
right,
cut out the
right.
words, right? Yeah, that's what I do. And if you are watching on video here through YouTube and other platforms, I have a mini board that I did make.
Yeah.
And so there's all kinds of things. It says future is bright. There's images. How big can your future be? Going on a dream cruise, $10,000 a month, make it your nature. I mean, all kinds of stuff. And then for me, flowers, they represent like fertility, prosperity, and growth. So I did all sticker flowers and images of flowers behind it. So
Right.
that's a good example. If you are going to try to manifest a baby, what would you put on?
Let's
Your
see.
vision
I would
board.
have to say if I would manifest a baby, there would be baby pictures, baby
Yes.
things, the cribs, the nursery. Wow, the health. There would be health
The
pictures,
support. So like,
good pictures.
could
Yeah,
you imagine
the
making a
rocking
vision
chair.
board?
Come on,
Could
all
you
the
imagine
little.
making a vision board and you got everything on it, but you were missing like the childcare aspect? That would be like, this is why we're talking about this, guys, because
Yes,
we want to
cover
make
it all.
sure.
Cover it all.
Yeah.
Ironically, I did a reading this week, and her vision board, she is pretty sure she's getting engaged for
Oh, yeah.
Christmas. So the vision board was, of course, the wedding,
Got
and it
it.
was the dresses, the bridesmaids, the venue, the cake. I mean, she has done a full vision board of what her
Smart.
wedding should look like. But it's like Ellie is talking about, it's covering every detail of it,
You really can be that specific when you are manifesting something specific, right? But
Absolutely.
just to get started, it's pretty open. You just have to have materials to do so. I recommend if you even wanted to go to a doctor's office, they always have old magazines. You can ask them for their old magazines because in the
Absolutely.
waiting room, the dollar store is your friend.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Newspapers. I mean, you would be surprised
Newspapers,
what you could
do
put
they
out of a
have them
newspaper.
still, Jackie?
Well, I mean, all 7-Elevens have them.
Wow, we're old guys.
So I mean, you can actually make what you want on
Yeah.
the computer with Word Perfect or whatever you want to use. You can Google the pictures you want to put on there. I mean,
Did you just say
I
word perfect?
yes, I did. I
I love
did.
you.
So
Y'all, this is really a Let's Roast Jackie podcast today.
hating on me. She's hating on me.
The level of eye roll in the soul right now to me right now is
Right?
greatness.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are more prone to digital creation now, and I think that's a really good point. You can create things through technology, but I find things to be a lot quicker um uh
I
when you
think,
physically make the
and
intention.
I
Like,
think you have no idea how quickly things will manifest when you actually physically make that board, and
yeah,
how much fun it is to it because your intention, your love, and your care is going into that.
we're talking about when spirit speaks, and so it's a conviction inside yourself when you're making those types of intentions. Any kind of magic, any kind of anything, right? Quote unquote magic, even abracadabra. Okay.
Yeah,
There is there's a plan, there's an
yeah,
intention, and then there's a prayer.
exactly,
So
exactly.
set your plan, make your plan, go get your materials. Okay. Set your
And
intention.
my vision boards at the end of the year are covering everything. It covers everything from your
So
career
do you do
to.
multiple for the end of the year? Is that what you're saying? You
Oh,
suggest
yeah,
that?
yeah, end of the
Okay.
year, so I'm looking at 2023, where each category of my life, what do I wanna see in love? What do I wanna see in my health? What do I wanna see in my finances? What do I wanna see in my family? I go right on down that line, and I create the board based on that.
Now, let's say that you're not a crafty person, okay?
Oh,
Because
I'm not a crafty person.
right. But like let's say like scissors are not allowed in your hands, okay?
Right.
Like, it would be a bad idea, right? Like
Exactly,
we'll
exactly.
have you be the cleanup crew, right?
That's right.
And you're sitting here and you're saying, well, this is so not my thing, but I want to manifest. I don't understand. There are other ways that you can do this. And you can do this with just speaking it out. There's
Yeah,
really no difference between a vision board and speaking it out other than the physical writing down or action and like pasting things down. So you could speak it out, you could write it out. I just didn't want people to feel left out. If vision boards were their thing and they're listening, it's important.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it is. Now, what
What
I
is
wanna do, if I
this?
wanna take a minute and let y'all know how to contact us, because we're getting ready
Oh,
to bring
yes.
a caller into the show.
You're so good at that.
So now, if you want to be on the show, if you want that free reading, you are invited to attend. It is
Yes.
When Spirit Speaks Podcast at gmail.com. And just tell us who you are, your available dates. We generally record on Wednesdays. The show goes up sometimes on Wednesday night, depends on the platform that you're listening to, as to when the show goes up, and it's usually up by Thursdays. Okay. Now, if you're looking for a reading with Ellie, it's Ellie Lieberman. Be guided by the light, as it says here on the screen. Cash App and Venmo are the same. Her phone number is 818-427-3870. You may also text her at that number too, and let her know you're coming in from the podcast. Okay. If you're seeking a reading with me, it is JackieTomlin.com. The phone number is 804-731-2302. And the same way, let me know that you're coming in from the podcast. So I'm very excited that we have a caller come in today. This is my first
Yes.
call in. So yeah, we have callers lined up for next week as well. And this is us. This is what we do. We are psychics, and this is where we shine. So Ellie, are you ready? I'm gonna bring it in.
Jackie and I have co-read, we've
Yeah.
co-read before. But this is going to be very cool. It's a completely different way than we've ever done it. So I'm looking forward to it. And it's Joanne, right?
Yes, we're bringing in Joanne James. We have a caller for next week, and then we have something special lined up for the week after. So anybody wanting to be on the show, we are booking for January.
Yes, we are.
And let's see if we can get Joanne in here.
I can feel she's excited. I can feel it.
I know. There she is. Hi, Miss Joanne. Okay, go to the bottom and turn your audio on.
Audio. Oh, she's so cute.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? Oh my God.
Thank you for joining us.
Your accent. Are you a New Englander?
I am.
Oh my gosh. I have so many things I could say about that. I have family in Boston, Salem, all that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Excited to read you.
Yes, I'm very, very excited, and I'm very thankful that you're having me on.
Yes.
I wanted to give you just a little bit of a background because of your podcast have been like a godsend to me. Because I feel like you're my people, I am a medium with and my gift is dreams with the mediumship, and I'm also an empath. So that's like a whole different, podcast right there. If you ever have dreams, I can tell you some experiences that
awesome.
that.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so like I said, I've always felt like a connection to Jackie.
Yes.
Can't wait to meet you someday in person, both of you. So I just wanted to let you know that.
That's
I have
awesome.
a lot of dreams, and that's where my gift is. And I see the other side, everyone. And that's what I see in my dreams. And
Really
it did start, Ellie. Ellie, you had said that it started in one of the podcasts from a trauma.
Yes.
And it did start 2 weeks before my father, who I love dearly, passed away. And I had seen the coffin, and I thought it was my Nana because she was sick. And I walked up to the coffin and I looked in, and that was in 98. And I looked in and I couldn't see who it was. So 2 weeks later, and I woke up hysterically crying, and like it was so bad. And then 2 weeks later, my dad suddenly passed away out of the blue. So, and I have a lot more stories like that, but I know you guys.
First of all, thank you for letting me know that I made sense, because sometimes I think I'm nuts, like we all do. And then I'm really grateful that you are telling me that you are also a medium, because that helps me understand the energy that I'm tapping into too. Sometimes I'm like blocked because another person's psychic, because you know what I mean? Like sometimes that can happen, but I want to acknowledge that I feel you completely open, and then I'm really grateful for that. And I'm really grateful that you trust us doing this today.
Right.
Also,
And I have embraced it since almost 2000, but it's getting stronger, and
oh yeah,
and it's getting where, like my daughter is the only one I can talk to about it.
yes,
So, and she understands completely. She'll come to me all the time,
it's it's
and
important to have that community, like just I'm really glad that we're talking about this in general, just because one of the most frustrating things when I was coming out as a psychic person, right? Like it's like coming out. It's the only way that I can explain it. Like it feels so foreign within you, and it's not accepted, especially back then at that time, to come out as a psychic person. So I lacked community and I lacked connection. I only had my mom and a couple of other people scattered. Now, the fact that this is even happening, the podcast, the conversation, everything, my business, all of that, meeting Jackie, everything, I could have never foreseen that, but it is an answer to, I think, a lot of our prayers as healers,
yes.
psychics, mediums, is
Mhm.
where's the community? I don't want to be persecuted. I don't want to be judged anymore. That kind of thing. Before you say anything, Jackie. So it's really interesting, Joanne, that you started talking about your father, because I had previously channeled some stuff and he did come up. It says father, brother, or uncle. Okay. And that you're still healing from the male who had passed.
Mhm.
And so I was, before we started, I said, Jackie, I was like, I'm a little scared to tell her what I'm seeing. And Jackie was like, she's really open. It's okay. But the feelings of no one understands you. It says, do you sometimes feel like no one understands you?
Oh, yes, all the time. I've always been a loner. I've been a black sheep of the family.
This
I'm a
is,
middle child. I'm an Aries,
oh yeah. So then on top of it all, you're a fire sign like Jackie over here. I feel surrounded now.
Yeah, and I'm Sagittarius rising. So yeah, I have two
Gosh.
fathers.
Yeah, I would definitely maybe rob a bank with you guys, because you guys would be the chaos, right? Like that would be a good idea.
Right.
The other thing is, and I don't know what this is. This is, so when I'm channeling, especially spirit like this in mediumship, right? It could potentially be a symbol or a sign that you can acknowledge later, or it's something that is happening now, which is eat your Wheaties, eat your breakfast, eat oatmeal. And so I don't know if someone had high cholesterol or if they had heart problems, because you eat your oatmeal to bring down your things like that. So paying attention to your health, and paying attention to that within your family bloodline, and making sure that you're eating healthy, is definitely coming up. But for sure, your father, brother, uncle, I don't know why it's coming in like that. Father, brother, uncle, like that is
Yes.
coming in.
He always comes. Even when my daughter and I went to we call it the tipping table. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. And we went to that, and that's where they, the psychic will channel in. And my father always comes up, and that was like when I had my lymphoma. I'm in remission for cancer since,
Amen. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so powerful. And I think that's what's coming up, is like people really do underestimate you a lot. And your father is not going to stand for that as spirit on the other side, especially because there's dues that need to be paid there. I don't think he was a bad person. I'm not getting any awful energy. It's not like that. But I think that he also was a very misunderstood person. And so
Yes.
there's a bond that you have. There's like, it's like the eccentric loves the eccentric. You know what I mean? But he's like, he was an accepted person, but he had eccentricities that made him interesting, to say the least. That would be what I'm picking up. So I wanted to start off with that. I'm going to let Jackie tap in now, and if things come through.
Okay, what's the black cat's name?
Oh, this is Mo.
Hi, Mo.
I got him in Florida when I was living in Florida about 8 years ago. I had gone down to Florida to live for a few years. So, yeah, and he's been with me ever since. I'd be lost without him. He's my best friend.
Joanne, I know you're getting ready to move, okay? And your anxiety has shifted since the last time you and I have spoken, but is that a very high vibration? It's like you have moved, you have embraced the changes that are coming. You're very excited about it. You are looking forward to kicking off 2023 in another location, you know, and things are going now. I can say this. I notice you do wear eyeglasses, okay? There is going to be, I'm almost going to say, an emergency trip coming up to the eye doctor. And I think it's because you've broken your glasses. So if you have a backup set, have those handy.
I do.
Because, you know, it's kind of like breaking down a car. It's never a good time for a breakdown, or is it a good time to break your glasses?
Right. It's always a pain. It's an inconvenience.
Right. Your energy is always wonderfully inviting, you know. I would love to do a podcast with you sometimes on the medium.
We should do that.
Of connecting with the other side and what that's like.
We should do that.
But to me, right now, your life is just beginning. It's like you turned a page, you are getting ready for big things. And I mean big things, Joanne. Okay. You know, you watch me do the videos of the cards all the time. One card that comes into mind would be on the Kipper deck, where it talks about change. Okay. And it's like change of residence, change of vehicles. It's just change of everything, appearance, everything. That's what I see for you. Okay. And I see, you know, your biggest new beginning is this move. Do you have a tentative date?
I don't. Last time we spoke, you and I, you had said in like the beginning of March. So
I just wrote that down. March.
Yes.
And that's my birthday month because I'm a March 30th Aries. So, and I started packing. I started packing this week because really it's smart. Like, yeah.
And that's why I think I'm picking up this high vibration energy. You're getting ready. You are embracing it. You are ready to roll. By the time March gets here, your energy is going to be so off the hook. It's so overwhelming. It's just, you know, you are ready to go. Mo's ready to go too. You know,
there's a letting go. There's a letting go.
Yeah.
And people say to me, like, why would you want to go? Like, you know, I've been here in Uxbridge. My daughter, when I got sick in Florida, my daughter was living in Uxbridge. I've never lived in Mass before. And I ended up coming here because I had to live with her for a while, you know, Mo and I. And, you know, this is where she was. And she's moving down to North Carolina eventually, too. So I'm just going to get there a little bit before her.
Well,
you know,
I'm in the Carolinas. So
I've had my time here. It's been challenges, but I'm ready for, like you say, the new beginning. And I have family friends that are in North Carolina, and that's where I need to go right now.
Including me.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were in South Carolina.
Made the move from up north to down south.
I'm in South Carolina.
It was one of the first readings I did for her. Yeah.
Did you? Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So, but I'm in South Carolina, but like you're looking at like a gypsy soul. So, like if I find out that you're in North Carolina, like I will come to see you. Like that is how I roll. So, you know, because I like to connect. Yes. Yeah. Oh, trust me, this show's going on the road.
But look at this. I'm in Virginia. You're in South Carolina. Mutual ground would be North Carolina.
Yes, it would.
So, yeah.
I'm excited for you.
We could all come to you.
You have to know, Joanne, that it's like you're operating in what I would call like Ace of Pentacles energy. So Ace of Pentacles energy is literally new beginnings surrounding stability, finances, and windfall. Don't worry about money. Spirit keeps telling me, don't worry about money. Like, really, just don't. It is always expensive to move, but this is going to be a breeze.
But I also, Joanne, I'm not sure if you've given up on love or if you just put it on the back burner.
Why you gotta poke the bear, Jackie?
Yeah, I haven't met anybody here. It's been over like 6 years since I left Florida, and yeah, I haven't had any love interest. I've been working, like you always say, Jackie, the journey inward, and that's what I've been doing. I've been working with
And it's
myself.
showing. Yes, yes.
I see
And
it too,
you know,
Jackie.
the month I've got August, absolutely. There is a
Just give me
gentleman in
chills.
August. And my thing of it is, I think you meet at a spiritual place. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a church. It could be a convention. It could be an event. It could be something like maybe some gospel singing or something like that. But there's some kind of spiritual event that I see y'all meeting at. It's very casual. You're in line for something. Like you're in line for coffee or you're in line for something.
I'm getting like a movie reel image right now from Jackie talking. You are going to be like, I'm sorry, what did you say? This person is hitting on you. You're going to be not even close to thinking about anything like that.
Yes.
Because you are on the journey inward. You're going to have to remember this conversation, Joanne, and process the fact that it's happening, because
Absolutely.
I'm thinking right now what I'm getting is normally you would have just brushed it off and thought nothing of it and maybe not even known that you were getting hit on. And so this is just letting you know that a good person is going to be going, hey, I think you're beautiful. I like your energy. It's a very kind interaction. Do you see that, Jackie? This person's very kind.
Not maybe not 23, but 24. Maybe perhaps both of them will be here on the show to discuss this episode.
Oh, I could see that.
I mean, this is you don't have that whole aha moment. Oh my God, this is what the girls were talking about right then and there, but it does come. And that's, somebody tapping on your shoulder going, hey, you remember that podcast you did back in December?
Yes.
This is it. This is it.
Because time is going to pass. You're going to move. You're going to have all these things going on. You got your kid, all the things, Mo's hanging out with you, like you got life. And it's going to happen. I bet you get in the car or something and you're like, oh my gosh, it happened.
It happened.
That's when you got to come back and you got to give us an update, and then we need play-by-plays, because
I'm not going anywhere. I'm always going to be hanging with you guys now. So
yeah, but I do see a very deep-seated spiritual connection.
Me too.
So I mean, he is very on board with you spiritually. Okay. There's some kind of class. I don't know if it's online or actually there, but there's some kind of class the two of you are going to attend together.
He's really, 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 really kind.
I get hypnotherapy. There's maybe he's a hypnotist, or maybe it's a hypnotherapy class that they're doing.
I could see that. Maybe you learn that together. There'd be he calms my soul.
Right.
Like when I'm feeling it, I can actually feel him inside of my heart space. And that is a very elevated energy. You as well. You're more throat chakra, third eye. He's more sacral root, and in the heart. So it's a really nice balance, because you're go, 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 forward, forward, forward. And he's very like loving, give me a hug. What do you need? Peace is the way, maybe into some stoicism, things like that, more on the Gnosticism level, Hermetics, very linear, where you're more like, I dream and crazy things happen. He's like, I write things down, I have an order of operations, but he's really peaceful. He feels really peaceful. You need that.
And he's going to have a connection to the state of Connecticut. Okay. Now, whether he is from Connecticut, whether he has family in Connecticut, there is a specific Connecticut connection with him.
Maybe
Well,
he
it's
likes to play
people that I'm going down to see my family friends in North Carolina. He's a Marine. They're in, they're in their 30s, and he, because it's a Marine state, basically, North
Right.
Carolina. And he's from Connecticut, but he's married. But like they belong to a church. And when I went to visit in September, I went down there to, check out what I needed to check out. And it was like, okay, this church, I'm going to be going to this church.
I
So
wonder,
you got a draw there.
there could be a 6 degrees of separation there, because who we connect with, there's an expansive network too. So if you like this person's vibration and you like their energy and what they're doing with their life, you want to connect with that, because even if it's not this person and they're married, that doesn't really matter. It's the energy that you're connecting to that's the most important thing. And if you're feeling a
This is that
spiritual
person
pull,
that introduces you to
this
a
is what I'm
person.
saying.
Yeah,
And
and
I kept thinking about how to spell, like I could never remember how to spell Massachusetts, but I could remember how to spell Connecticut, because connect, I cut.
right.
And
MA, that's all you need to know.
MA is all you need to know. So I keep thinking like there's going to be a connection, right? So connect when I cut. So when you cut your cords and you sever from what you've got going on there, and you let go of all the things that you just went through, grew through, healed through, broke through, and you restart, like cut the cord to reconnect. So that's what I was getting when Jackie was saying that.
Now, even though you're moving in the month of March, okay, you will be taking a vacation. I know you're from Florida, but I see you going to Georgia for vacation. Okay.
No, I'm not from Florida. I'm from New York
That's where
originally.
you live from Florida.
I lived in Florida for 3 years. That's all.
Okay.
I lived, yeah.
But I see
You ever been to like
vacationing
Tyree
somewhere
Island or
in
anything like
Georgia.
that?
Huh? Well,
We're getting excited.
Yeah. And so I see you vacationing somewhere in Georgia.
okay.
You ever been to Savannah or Tybee Island or anything like that?
No, I love to though. I love traveling. I mean, I have to come back up here in June, my daughter's 40th birthday, and my first grandchild is graduating from high school. He'll be 18.
Awesome.
So I will be back here like once I leave and then come back, because I have those 2 big events happening.
Absolutely. Well, I also want to ask you, because me and Ellie can go on forever. Do you have any questions we can answer for you?
Yes, I'm glad you did that, Jackie, because we'll just keep going. Yes, I'm happy to
I did
answer.
want to know about the move, and I just want to make sure that my health, I have to go down there and get a new oncologist. I'm supposed to have another CT scan in March, the end of March. So I don't know if I'll be here for that. And once I have a definite date, I probably could move it up a little bit. And my family friends, they have wonderful doctors in Wilmington. So, I mean, it's just starting over. I mean, everything here has been, I'm not going to say too easy, but too comfortable for me.
Yeah, you're getting complacent. Getting complacent.
Yeah, and that's how I am. I lived in New York, born in New York, then I went to Rhode Island, and then I went to Florida, now Mass, and now I'll go to North Carolina. Hopefully that's it.
When it comes to a CT scan, you said it's due at the end of March. There's going to be a family member that has you do that before you leave. Okay. So I see you moving that up. And I think that's for their peace of mind, more so than your peace of mind, that they want to know that you're okay. And it's got to be your daughter. It's got to be your daughter.
Yeah, she's watching this right now. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, she's watching it.
As far as, I think you're going to find some irony in regards to an oncologist. Okay. You may ask for a referral where you're at for an oncologist in that area, and find that when you get to that area, someone else refers you to that same doctor.
Mm-hmm.
That is just going to reiterate that you're at the doctor that you should be at.
Oh, that's great. Very good.
I want to say something, and I'm glad that you're you, because I feel like this is something you'll be able to embody or understand quickly, which is the concept of how pain creates illness, and that I keep getting because I keep seeing the number 22. Okay, so this is about healthy partnerships, partnering with yourself, keeping people around you that are supporting you. So this is number 22. Okay, but transmuting pain. Your health is fantastic right now in the way that you transmuted a lot of pain, and you really, really took care of yourself and your world so that you could heal. And I know that Jackie is and has gone through the exact same thing. So no wonder you were drawn to her. And one of the reminders I am being really pushed is to remember to eat your Wheaties.
Right?
Like I said in the beginning,
Yeah.
and to have a healthy routine and not change what works for you, because it's working. What's happening right now has been working, and so you need to continue to do that and stay in that routine. Take care of yourself. It's the stress and the worry that's going to get you.
Right.
Be
I agree
careful.
with that. And Miss Ellie herself will be practicing what she preaches in regards to eating healthy.
Oh yes, Jackie wants to die in her sleep today from the things that she's saying, apparently, because yeah, no, you know what? I hold a lot of pain in my body from my mental. It's my mental, and it all comes out in weight. My weight fluctuates when I'm either too complacent or I'm not happy. And so right now I'm super happy. And so I got complacent, and I didn't stick to the routine that brought me success before, and it's causing me all kinds of stuff. I'm like, this is ridiculous, and I'm not 20 anymore, so I'm really feeling it. And so I have to also transmute pain. It's the same thing, same message, 100%, which I'm glad you've already done. I guess that's what I'm saying is, don't worry, get the referrals. Like she said, do what you know works, do what you know is active. And if you get a bad vibe, leave.
Oh, I
Get to
do.
a doctor.
Absolutely. I've walked out on doctors, I've fired doctors. I mean, it's you've got to go with that gut instinct. Now, one thing I do pick up on you with your health, and mind you, a lot of times spirit won't show us like cancer per se or anything like that. But what I try to do is look out further. Like, do I see you doing treatments? Do I see you in the hospital?
Sure.
Things like that. I don't see that, but there could be some, and it's more to me than blood work. So, like I had to have an iron transfusion, something like that, something that may go a little awry with the blood. But for anybody in remission, no matter what, it's something we're going to deal with, and all it does is beef up that immune system. So, but I mean, outside of that, I think you've got a long, healthy life ahead of you.
You're on the other side now.
Yeah.
Excuse the pun, right?
Yeah.
So you're on this side, but you're on the other side.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel very strongly that you could call on your mother and you could call on your father.
Absolutely.
For strength. If you do that,
I call on my angels too. I when I need them. So I mean, I believe in all of my house is full of crystals and angels, and I'm a big, and I pray to God.
It's
God's
a
always
very specific, like, I want my legacy to stay here, stand strong. I want to leave a blueprint energy that I'm getting. I think that's why your father came so forward so quickly. I mean, I woke up this morning and that's what I was thinking about. I mean, he was present. And so your legacy is important. And that's why this is important, that you infuse the world with who you are. And so that requires you to be okay.
I think it's funny that you mentioned crystals. Okay. Ruth Ann is in our YouTube, and she is a yoga teacher. She comes by to check on me when I'm not feeling well or whatever, and she fusses about my crystals. She says the energy in this house is so overwhelmingly high, it gives her a headache that she can't stand it. And you're going to be the same way. You're going to be the
Yes.
exact same way. I mean, it's so attuned with me, and people feel it when they walk in. They're like, whoa, and it's like, I have different crystals in each room and all like that. You're going to be the same way, Joanne. I have no doubt. And, the holistic path for those that are in remission, I recommend it.
Yes.
The same way with eating your Wheaties is part of it. It's,
Reiki,
right,
Ayurvedic medicine,
right.
acupuncture,
Yeah.
not any kind of like Chinese medicine, Eastern culture, Eastern medicine is going to absolutely 100% reset your system.
And I believe that your gentleman that comes in with the spiritual background is going to fully support this.
He's gonna bring you to those things. I think he's actually very into health and wellness in a way that
And, he could be one of these holistic people that does like the IV infusions and stuff. Maybe that's why I'm
oh
picking
my
up
gosh,
the
I
blood
should
work.
have just said it. I hate
I
that I
know.
didn't say it.
Maybe that's why I'm picking up the blood work and the transfusions and stuff. That is
Jackie,
actually herbal infusion. I know.
I should have just said it. I should have just came out with it. So, because I can't prove it, but I literally was thinking about an IV bar. Like, I wonder if there was a place that was going to have an IV bar and you getting vitamins and electrolytes and just like all kinds of rejuvenation, having that be a part of your routine to make sure that you're okay.
Absolutely.
I can't believe you just said that.
Well, ladies, we are running out of time, but there's something I do want to touch base with you on, Ellie. Each show leads us up to the next show, and there's a very good point that you brought up that I would like to do in next week's episode, and that was coming out.
Oh, yes.
Out your melody.
We should do that. I'm okay with that. I think that it's probably one of the hardest things for us to do is to have that courage and to be brave and
Joanne can get on board with that too, because I mean she has those abilities. It's hard to talk about it. It's hard to tell people that this is what you do, and
you're crazy.
They're not look at you like you have two heads.
Yeah,
right?
They're gonna put you in an institution,
Right.
But my daughter knows and I have very intuitive, psychic. If I think something, sometimes it comes true. Yeah. And my daughter is very, very aware also, because she's the only one I could talk to about that understands I can't talk to my sister. I can't talk to anybody else. Okay. And, and she gets it because she's very intuitive also.
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate
glad I got to meet
you guys. I really appreciate
I feel so connected to you. I'm so glad that we're here. Yeah,
I am so glad you joined us today. You have no idea. Again, let me run down our contact information. You're listening to When Spirit Speaks podcast with Jackie Tomlin and Ellie Lieberman. Ellie Lieberman, to contact for a reading, be guided by the light.com. Jackie Tomlin, very simple, JackieTomlin.com. And, guys, we're available throughout the holidays. Neither one of us have a whole lot going on.
No, we're chilling right now.
I mean, we're just kind of chilling and doing our thing. So, yeah, I mean, there's never a bad time to reach out to us.
Absolutely.
And, if you're
looking for insight.
Yeah.
For the new year or around the Christmas, I know it's really, really hard. The holidays are really tough. This is a great time to get a reading. I'm just chilling. Sometimes I'm packed, sometimes I'm not. So I do have a lot of availability right now through Christmas up until the new year. So please book. I'm happy to take you on.
I offer a email forecast, a 12-month forecast report. I can run up to 2 days behind on those. Just to let you know, because it's a popular thing this time of the year, even though people do them throughout the year. But other than that, we look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. We have Alicia joining us next week. Yes. She's the caller coming in. And then, like I said, we will be booking new callers for the month of January. So it is When Spirit Speaks podcast at gmail.com. Let us know you want to join us, and we will see you then. Guys, thank you for joining us, Joanne.
Thank you. Thank you, Joanne. We love you so
guys.
much.
Love, love,
All
love,
right.
love.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry
Thank you.
Christmas,
I'll
Happy
see you
Kwanzaa.
tonight.
That's
I'll see you
it.
tonight at
Okay.
7.
Bye.
Okay.